I got mail. Let's go to the mailbox.
Trout hammers it. Left field. That's deep. Fairfield back. That is gone.
You've got mail.
All right, welcome to this mailbox edition of Bases Beautiful. My name is MD, and today I have a handful of TTMs that I've received returns on, and we're going to go through them. So a TTM means through the mail autograph. I write a little note to a retired player. I put in a baseball card. I put in a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I send this off to a player, ask them to sign the card, hope they do. When they do, they put it in that self-addressed stamped envelope, send it back, and I have myself an autograph of that player. Now, a lot of people do TTMs. You can find a number of these videos online. I've done it a little bit. It's not my main way that I like to get autographs, but I do like to do it from time to time, and I'll talk about a few of these players as we go through. So this first one, I sent one card, and I got it back in 13 days. This is part of my 81 Donruss set. This is John Verhoeven. Mr. John Verhoeven is 72 years old. He was a pitcher from 1976 to 1981. He played with the Angels in 76 to 77, the White Sox in 77, and then with the Twins from 80 to 81. And so I've got that as part of my Donruss 81 set. Thank you, Mr. Verhoeven. This next one was sent in 10 days. Just sent one card. A lot of people send more than one card. I think you can. Just depends on some players charge for autographs. Some of them, don't want to sign 5 or 6 cards. But with the way that I do it, I try and keep it mostly focused on the main card that is of interest. He is obviously a Jehovah's Witness, and so he sent a pamphlet concerning that. And then this is autograph of Mr. Buddy Gilbert. Now, I saw somebody, I want to say it's SweetBob, I think, was sending out a bunch of these 1960 cards. It looks great on this 1960 set. Mr. Buddy Gilbert didn't play extensively in the major leagues, but his autograph looks so good. I was able to find that when I was buying some other cards from a seller on eBay, and went ahead and got it. But Mr. Gilbert played right field from just a handful of games in 1959, but he spent 8 seasons in the Reds farm system. And when you actually hear that part of Buddy Gilbert's story is that Curt Flood talks about traveling on the farm team in the Jim Crow South and not being able to go into restaurants, but Buddy Gilbert would go and buy food for Curt and bring it out into the bus and make sure that Curt Flood had food when they were out traveling. And so just hearing that story and seeing how good his autograph looked on this 1960 set, even though he only played a handful of games, got that proverbial cup of coffee at the major league level, still special to have his autograph while he's still living. Now this one sent back 3 cards. I had only sent him 2, and returned it in 15 days. This is Gary Lucas. I did not send this. I sent him the 81 Donruss and the 88 Topps. But Mr. Lucas decided to include an additional Angels card in there for me, since I said that I was an Angels fan from Mississippi. So thank you, Mr. Lucas. Appreciate that. He's a pitcher. He's 69 years old. Played from 1980 to 1987, and his last 2 seasons, 86 and 87, were played with the Angels in Southern California. So thank you, Mr. Lucas, for your autograph. this one is one of the ones that when I saw, again, it was either SweetBob or there's a couple of other TTMers that I follow. I like watching their videos, seeing what they get, but it gives you a good sense of who's currently signing, and they'll often include the addresses on there. You can find all the addresses for these guys, usually on Sports Pro forum, Sports Card forum, something like that. There's several places where you can find these, but this guy I just learned about, and I sent him one card, and got it back in 13 days. And this is Roy Face. Mr. Face is 96 years old, and he was a dominant relief pitcher for the Pirates, is actually in the Pirates Hall of Fame. Pitched with them during their 1960 World Series run. Was a 6-time All-Star. Pretty amazing that this guy's actually not in the Hall of Fame. But I learned he was still signing. I quickly picked up a card because I wanted to get him to sign this, and I love this. Is this the 57 or the 58 set? But I like that a lot and wanted to get that one signed. And then this last one is 2 of 1, 10 days. This is not a very notable pitcher, but I saved it for last. It's because it's Mr. Johnny James, who was a pitcher in that first season for the Los Angeles Angels. And Mr. James is still alive. He's 91 years old. He started with the Yankees, as you can see him in the Yankees uniform there, but he is on the Angels that first season. And I asked him if he had any remembrances of that time. And he wrote me a note that said, MD, I remember all the ex-Angels. Eli Gerba was a good friend of mine, and we stayed in touch until he died of cancer some years ago. I was best man at his last wedding, John James. And so that's cool. Mr. Gerba, I happen to have this. He's already passed away, died in 2019, I think it was, maybe. But I have Eli Gerba's autograph too. So awesome to have this. One of the early Angels, not one of the all-time greats, but I really wanted to grab this one while he was still alive. So anyway, those are my through the mail autographs. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Snyder is on a fielder's choice. 1 down, last half of the first inning. The Angels out in front 3-0. And the most